Hi, this is Travis with Waconda Boats. We're here in Republican City, Nebraska, and we're also in Glen Elder, Kansas. And today it's our privilege to show you the brand new 2025 Impact XS. This is the 2022 model. So this is our most popular 20-foot Lund. This boat is kind of, our keyed-in customer on this is a guy that really is a dedicated fisherman. He wants a 20-foot model to take on any size water he wants to go. These are also versatile models. If you have a family that wants to do water sports on occasion, you can absolutely do that. It's a versatile model, but it's mainly catered to the guy that wants a 20-foot serious fishing, multi-species. It covers a whole lot of bases there. The 2025 Impact is very, very similar to the 1975 Pro V. They're similar models. The main differences are going to be in your interior layout. We find a lot of guys prefer the Impact layout, and I'll explain in this video really what the differences are. So if you look here, this is a white silver. Pan over here, we also have a black silver here. This is one that our guy's just rigged for a customer. He's got his electronics already rigged. We always customize the electronics for everybody so you can pick and choose exactly what sonar and trolling motor you want to run. So let's talk about how we stock it. So this is a black silver. Come over here. This is a white silver. What we always do is we upgrade to the Raise logo, so you get the Raise logo upgrade, really sets the boat off. It's going to come with a tandem axle bunk trailer. So this trailer's got the Rhino line frame. It's always going to come with your spare tire and load guides. Has a swing away tongue and disc brakes. Come back here to the rear. You'll see the trailers are LED lights, and then we have the retractable tie downs, just like you'll see with almost all the Lund models. Your 20 Impact is going to have the same recessed boarding ladder as like a Tyee or crossover. So you can see you've got a really nice 4-step folding telescoping ladder that sets up inside the splash well, so this doesn't take up any space. You can get ski packages with this for the customers that want to do water sports. You can get the ski pylon and also bow cushions if you wish. We try and keep those in stock in our parts. We do have a lot of guys that purchase this boat that are really just dedicated fishermen. They will never do any of the ski tubing stuff, so we don't just put the ski package on all of them just because a lot of guys don't want to pay for it. They'll never use that feature. See how wide it is. Super wide gunnel. This is part of what makes it a big water boat. We always stock this with the 200 horse 4-stroke motor. This is the max horsepower for this model, and it just does really well. We're probably going to put stainless steel props on most of the models here, or most of our Impacts up. It's just kind of been on request, so we're going to, if you'd rather run aluminum prop, we have aluminum props in stock as well. So we kind of just customize that for the buyer as to what he's going to do and what he prefers. So this kind of covers the outside. Let's move into the interior here, and we'll go over those features. Okay, so on your 2025, we are going to always do the vinyl floor in the cockpit. Now some guys will want to add the snap-in carpet. A lot of our dedicated fishermen, they just never run the carpet, so we don't just stock it with snap carpet, but we can easily add that for the guys that do want the carpet that snaps in and out. For most of the models that I ordered this year, guys, I put the sport top on it. I'm just finding 90% of the customers are requesting that, so this is that really, really nice, this is a very versatile top. We've got a dedicated video on our YouTube channel that will show you how easily this top goes up and down and how versatile it is. You know, this top can be used for sunshade when it's hot, or in inclement weather it can be used as an enclosure for the front for when it's cold. So it's very versatile. See how nice it tucks away out of the way. This is the top hider, so you don't even know it's here when you're not using it, but it's there if you need it for those days that you need it. Okay, so let's stay back here to the aft. We have a really big aft live well here, lighted and timed with an aerator and also a recirc pump. And the really cool thing on the 20 Impacts, this is one of the differences I wanted to point out between this and the Pro V. So your Impact XS has your jump seats built into the casting deck. So you got these seats here if you need them. Otherwise you fold it down and you have your rear casting deck. So this is one of the differences between the Pro V and the Impact. If you remember the 19 Pro V, the aft seats on that, those fold forward. Okay, so this is just a different design. This one doesn't really take up space. You can lift these up so you have them when you need them. There's storage under both flip seats here. Okay, and then again, so you can fold these down, you have your rear casting deck. So if you look here, this is your base for your fishing seat. If you're going to fish from the deck, from the rear deck, this is the base for the ski pylon. So the guys that want the pylon, we keep those in stock, we can add it, but the base comes no matter what. You can see we have hydraulic steering. That's an important option. We run hydraulic steering on anything 150 horse and above. So we've got that. Now another important feature I want to point out, guys, on the Impact, and this is one of the differences between Pro V and Impact, is the gunnel storage. So if you look here on our port side, we have the gunnel's kind of recessed below. So this kind of gives you two advantages. The first one being we have a lot more elbow room. So if we're back here and whether we're trolling or jigging, we have just a little bit more room here as far as, knees and elbows, depending on if you're, running rods, trolling or jigging. The other thing that you gain with this is what they call the on-the-go rod storage. So you can, obviously lay things on this shelf without worrying about it going overboard. But this is the on-the-go rod storage feature. So if we're fishing and we want to move spots, all we've got to do is just slide our rods into these tubes here. And if you want, you can strap them down here and then you just go. So it saves a lot of time. It's really a convenient feature. We just find people really like this gunnel design, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open up. You still obviously have lockable gunnel storage here. So there are some rod tubes here. If you want to put rods in here, you can. Everybody uses it differently. I find most guys are putting gear in here that they want to stay dry because you have a huge rod storage box that we'll show you on the bow. And then you have your on-the-go storage here up on top. Now we are going to give you an updated video on the Sport Track accessories. I was just going to briefly show you. This is the upgraded Sport Track sliders. So if you remember the old school design slid over those inserts, this new one actually doesn't do that. It's a lot quicker. So you just literally just latch it down, right? And so now it's secure. Your rod holder is going to go here or whatever you're going to mount to it. If I want to move this, flip it up, and you can just see it's just quicker, easier. It's just an improved version of what they made a really good feature better with this new Sport Track slider. We're going to try and give you a video because they've got a lot of really cool added accessories for the Sport Tracks that they've added. We need to do a video so people can see that. So let's move over here to the starboard side. Same thing, you can see we have the same recessed gunnel, same on-the-go rod storage, and then you have a storage compartment here. This is actually a change from last year, so this looks like that would explain why we've got the extra drain, so we can put a drain plug in there. So this is some more storage here on the starboard side. Let's move up forward here to the starboard console. So another thing we always do, this is hydraulic tilt steering. We also always do the air ride pedestal upgrade. So we've got a slider here, all 4 seats. So your 20 Impact's going to come with 4 fish seats. We do the adjustable air ride seats. I should also mention we do upgrade the seats to the Pro Ride seats as well. So this is like the same seat that's going to come in your Tyee, Pro V, or Crossover. We upgrade the standard Impact seat. We upgrade that to the Pro Ride. So you're going to get 4 Pro Ride seats, and they're all adjustable air rides. Okay. Again, tilt steering. We've got all your instruments here. The kicker stereo is standard, so you'll get that. You don't have to ask for that. You're going to get the Bluetooth kicker stereo. And again, we can mount whatever size graph a guy wants to run here. If you want to pan over and look at how we rigged his on request, he's got, I believe that's a Humminbird. We've got a Helix 10. We've actually got a pair of Helix 10s on there, and I think he's running, that's the Old Trex trolling motor. So you can see kind of what they'll look like when they're mounted. We always put them on an XL ram up on top, so they're easily detached and you can adjust the angle on them. Okay, so we'll move back over here. So this one actually is going to get Lowrance. This customer is going to do an HDS 12. But like I said, if you want to do a 15-inch screen, there's plenty of room. We can make it work with the ram mount. So moving on, you can see the Impacts are going to have these under console drawers. These are lockable, ball bearing, really nice high quality drawers. This gives you added storage and you can lock these up. Okay, I'm going to move over here to the port side, and while I'm doing that, we're going to show you the rod box. So if you look in here, your trolling batteries are going to be mounted underneath this panel. We'll usually run the battery charger. The battery charger compartment's right there on the floor, and then you have 12 rod tubes. You can get those full-size rods through there. So a big, really nice rod storage compartment. Again, very similar to the Pro V. We'll set this down. You can also see this is a standard feature, this Lund ruler that you get with the 20 impact. So you've got your ruler that kind of stores out of the way when you're not using it. Same thing, don't forget you have your sliding drawers here on the port side as well. And then we have, like all the Lunds, a really spacious glove box. Plenty of storage there. There's cup holders all over. We've got another shelf here for storage. And don't forget too, I always forget to mention, there's some, they don't really want to waste space, so anywhere there's void, you're going to give you storage. So you have another storage cubby right here on the port side. All right, we'll move up here to the bow. One thing that we always stock with the ones that we order is the bow bait well. This is an inexpensive option, and there's so many guys that like to use live bait, and this is handy to have. This has got its own aerator that runs off the live well pump. And if the days you're not using it, it's not really hurting a thing. You just shut the valve off, and but it's there in case you need it for those times that you're using live bait. And then all your impacts are going to have a bow live well as well. So we got a really good sized live well here on the bow that's got the LED light, and it runs off the same aerator, so it's aerated and timed. Let's move over here. This is a big bow storage compartment here. This is kind of your primary storage on the bow. This is the premium travel cover that of course we always stock with the impact. Another thing, you've got a storage cubby here on the port side. So again, we don't want to waste space. This gives you another more storage compartment here underneath the port console. Now don't forget too, you have grab handles here. So like I was saying, you can get bow cushions for the guys that are going to want to use this periodically for water sports. You can get bow cushions, so you have a grab handle here for your bow riders when you're at high speeds on plane, you know, riding on the bow. We do our bow cargo net. This is another option that we put on all of our impacts no matter what the size. This gives you added storage. You can stuff life jackets or your bumper buoys or whatever it may be in this bow cargo net. And then you also have, I'm making a mess here. You also have another bow storage compartment here on the starboard side, forward of the bow live well. Okay, this of course is going to be your trolling motor platform with more storage here. If you look too, I don't have a battery in this yet, but they have a really cool LED strip lighting. So if you're night fishing, you can really light the boat up really nice, and those LED lights just don't draw a lot of battery amperage. So that's good. So I hope this helps give you an idea of the 2025 impact and why it's so popular. We have a lot of build slots for this for 2022. Any questions, you can talk to Terry's in Glen Elder, Kansas. And I'm Travis here in Republican City, Nebraska. You can email or call anytime. Thanks a lot.